Alrighty. Every day is entertaining around here, I can tell you that. All right, this is Doc from North America. It is TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. And we're looking forward to the end of the week here. It's been a fun, twisting week. No complaints. And just some funny stuff. Alrighty, what do we got going on? There's the dollar index. You see the dollar index? Yeah, I see it. There it is. Let's make that bigger. There we go. There's the dollar index right there. You can see it's it is up again. Just when you. Oh no, I'm sorry. They are moving it down again. Now they're moving it down again. We're in a daily buy for 3 days. Let's put it up on the second platform. Let's see where it looks like there. There we are. And the answer to that is, let's see, where are you at? Where are you at? There it is, dollar index right there. And you can see right there, the dollar index, they're showing it as an unchanged at the moment. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. All right. So that the one thing that's caught my eye and it makes me want to debate constantly in my head. See, private investors offering to buy TikTok. Yeah, there's two of them right there alone. Oh man, I'll tell you, TikTok. If TikTok gets bought, I can tell you this: it will be very profitable for some people, and it will only help Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump will do so well with TikTok getting bought, not closed, but bought. That's the best of all. So let's see where we at this point. So you see what has me not make me looking at this. Let me just show you what is in the back of my head. This is what's in the back of my head, and we're gonna. And you can't. Oh, you can't see it over there. Let's go like this. There it is. Is that it? There it is. You can see right there. That's today. And it's holding up pretty firm here, and I'm not sure why. Our beta has it. Is that right? Let's just double check the beta. Something looks wrong with the beta there. Maybe it's probably lagging. No, you know what? The beta. Let's see. Where are they showing it as? 102.95, and we're looking at 102.97. Okay, so they're showing. What are they showing there? And what was that yesterday? Yesterday was 103.42. Okay, so I guess they'll have to refresh somewhere. I would think it'll be on the beta. Don't ask me why. Normally beta's ahead of the old platform. But anyway, let me just show you what is in the back of my mind, why I'm a little hesitant, about the whole thing. Because I just got off the phone with somebody about this at the same time. Quantitative easing and the Fed Reserve and the way they're, right there. Now you're going to see it. See that? That's the 30-year bond. Okay, U.S. 30-year Treasury bond. When the bond goes up like it did there, that meant interest rates were going down. Okay? When I'll say it one more time, or I can show you here, when the bond was going down like that, interest rates were rising. Okay? When the bond price, again, is rising, interest rates are going down. So in this case here now, you can see we are going after this low. We're starting to break into this area here. This is the 30-year bond, and it's been getting, just smacked around. And that normally relates to, let's go back to the dollar index itself. That's what's got me like, wow, that says a lot. Now, the 30-year bond, is going up in rates. In other words, the interest rates are getting more expensive. That's it. More rates, higher. That's it. And when that happens, normally the stocks, not stocks, the pairs trades, the currencies all go up in value. That's what they do. The dollar goes up in value against them, and they lose money, okay? And so I guess we could jump over to the euro. Let's look at the second most active currency in the world after the dollar. And let's take a look at that. And you can see there, the great experiment is being the great experiment. But we'll come back to that later. And you can see here, it's going down. Notice it looks like the opposite side of the, the futures contract. It's the dollar index itself. So when I see that, I think, well, what is really happening here? The Federal Reserve is propping up the stock market. Remember, it's an election year. Politics is involved, as always. And so, the Federal Reserve has always been leaning in that direction to begin with. They do it for the Democrats. They won't do it for the Republicans. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, in the end result is that you can see there the euro is losing a little bit today from yesterday's move and got pushed into the sell there yesterday. Sip of my tea. Let's put that red line in there. Where's the red line? I'm just going to steal this red line right there. Stick it in there. So after one day in a buy, it rolled right back into the sell. And it's kind of hanging out in there. And then when we go back over to the dollar index, you can see it looks the reverse side of it. And that makes sense to me. But at the same time, the stock market is very firm. It usually is firm. Yo, Janos! The stock market's firm. I had a fun time today. It was definitely a crazy morning starting off. A friend of mine, the President of the United States, has floated his name as Treasury Secretary. I had to get on the phone and so it was a giggly day for sure. I don't really trust the stock market as much as I trust the bond market. I believe the bond market is always way more accurate. And so they're telling us they're raising rates right now because they see the inflation and they know they can't lower them. And how long have I been beating that drum here, Janos? I've been beating that drum for months upon months upon months around here that inflation is going to come back. It's going to start beating things up. And because of all that spending that they're doing on the government side, it's enhancing it. It's accelerating the speed of when it's going to start accelerating up again, and that's the problem right there. There's one economist that I follow. I keep on mentioning he does he does a very interesting measurement to inflation. He has a couple different measurements. One is government spending, and another one is he looks at a 3-month average. And at the same time, he has a fourth component, 12 months out, whatever that was, 12 months out. That gets removed, and then the next month gets put in. So he does the last 3 months and the 12th month out. And he's been very accurate for many years doing it this way. And he's on TV and he tells people. No one seems to want to pay attention except for us conservatives, but it works all the time. And he's been saying, off and on, and I watch it and see it myself. It's very easy to calculate, and it's moving up. It doesn't have much of a choice. Between the amount of money, every time Mr. Biden spends more money, it instigates more inflation. And he just cannot relate to that. He just, for some reason, just thinks that he can buy an election. That's why he's campaigning constantly, telling everybody that how's he say it? That the economy is doing really well. Matter of fact, it was really strange. Somebody on one of the TV networks, one of the mainstream TV networks, so one of the crazy liberals, is saying this is the best economy we've ever had. That's how crazy it is over here at this point. It's it's a war between people like me against the ones that are just coming up with floating ideas that are just not even real. So. Oh, okay. There we are. All right. So that is the action we're seeing today, and we're seeing the 30-year bond go down, and interest rates are rising. We see the dollar index firm. We see the pairs trades trying to, go sideways up, but they're having a hard time because money wants to believe that they're going to lower rates The money managers don't even make money anymore. It's ridiculous at this point. Ever since zero interest rates, money managers have carte blanche to, or they have permission to act like they're trying to make money. But if they don't, it's okay. That's all too weird for me. P&L is me. That's my life. It's what it is. I don't have much of a choice. So where we are now, let's see. Let's go over to. I guess we'll go over to the euro. Let's see what the euro's up to. We just showed you. Oh, that's right. It's up on the screen. No, it's not on the screen. Let's get back to the screen and show you the euro. There you go. Nope, that's the wrong one. There you go. And, it's just pressing down softly. It's because they really probably can't believe, because they have the power politically to push the rates down. But Mr. Powell sees reality. He gave it to them once at midterms, where they talked about for 15 months transitory, and he pretended that there was no recession when you had 2 minus quarters. In other words, they did all those things, and basically he's done it, and he knows the writing is on the wall. This is not what's going to benefit the country. It's not going to benefit the marketplace, any of that. And that's why he's probably going to hold tight. If he lowers one rate, it'll be in June, and that'll be it. He'll lower once and then shut them up, and then he won't lower it again, and then they'll get angry because the markets will act like they're acting now. Because if they think it's one and done, they're not going to be happy about that. That's for sure. All right, now there's the euro. Let's jump over to. Let's see what the intraday looks like too. Let's see. There is the intraday on the. It's always fun to look at the intraday. It makes me enjoy it. Went into the buy right there, off of that one right there, and stayed in the buy all the way up until here, and went into the sell there, and went back into the buy right there. That's a lose. Well, it's a flat basically, and then it went into the buy there, and then go into the sell again until right there. And that was easy win. Then what did it do? Just right there. Went into the buy right there for that, and then another choppiness, and then obviously bigger winner right there. And it started to get action. It went into a sell there, and didn't go into a buy until all the way out to here. And then, maybe right there. I think it went into the buy right there. That was the buy right there. From where is it at? Right there. Went into the sell there. Went into the buy here. And then went right back into the sell there. And then went back into the buy right here. And then another nice pop. And then there's another nice, what was that? That's the sell right there, is it? Or is it this one? That was the sell. And it was a small win there, and then it went into a buy right there, and then went up to there, and now it's been in the sell from there. Where's that at? Right here. I think it's this one. Let's put a line in there for that one. Right there. There's the sell. That was the sell. It bounced around and still in the sell from there at this point. And that's fun for me. That makes me entertained because I like to see making sure the math is giving us that 8.5 out of 10 all the time, and it surely is. All right, from there, we'll go over to the British pound. Let's see what the British pound is up to. Right there. And there is British pound. 4 days in a sell. 4 days in a sell. going on finishing off the third week in a buy. So I think the euro is doing the same thing too, right? Yeah, yeah, it's still in the buy for a second week. And for the cable, it is. Oh, I guess it's the same way. 2 full weeks, almost three, but because it went into the buy literally on a Tuesday or Monday, Tuesday, and it's been there ever since 2 weeks back. So it's been pretty firm. What else can we say about the cable? Not much more than that. Anybody care about seeing anything else in the cable? We can take a peek at the intraday and see what that's looking like. Right there. It's in that same cell as the euro. Yep. Went into the buy there. Jumped up and then went into a sell here. Is jumping down. There's your last sell there that caught that ride. Caught that move up like that. Pretty interesting. It's doing about the 8.5 out of 10, so no reason to wear you out on that. All right, now from there, and let me just emphasize, we always like to check the daily, the weekly, the intraday, just to confirm that they're all working correct. In other words, that they're still doing it after 40 some odd years. They're still doing it. I like to check it every day. There we are. Right, from there, we're going to go over to the Swiss. I guess that's what we're doing now. Let's go see what the Swiss is up to. I like to call them the great inflation fighters. They're doing a good job there. And you can see we've been in a buy for 3 days now. This is the third day. Let's put a green in there. Where is it? Let's get that line going. Could you take a look at NVO and CVX? I was waiting for you to do that. I like that. It's like I like looking at anything else than what I'm looking at. Trust me. Let's take a look at them. I think I have them right there. NVO is right there. I'm almost sure of it. Here we go. There it is. There's NVO. NVO. Oh, look at that. It's pushing today into the sell. Let's see if it survives it. It's been in a buy for, I guess, no, I'm not sure. Did I do a sell? I think that did the sell. I don't know. I'm just going to put it in there either way. I think we looked at it that day, and it wasn't in a sell. But the next day, they gapped it up, that day in the afternoon. So in the end, is that it collected it this way. But it really never. I'm just going to put a odd square around that because it closed. It's something to always think about. And I'm going to make that white so I can always remember that. Because I knew it was something odd that happened that day. It was like earnings or something like that. There we are. And I'm going to just save that because I keep it around here for you. Save workspace. There we are. So, okay, there you go. It pushed it into the sell there and jumped into the buy again. So it has been having fits and starts, There's the buy there. And then there is the sell. It did it again. So it's having some fits and starts up in here. And then you can see today it's trying to get into the sell as we speak. But, you don't want to really take any of these sells because why, traders? Been in a weekly buy. Look at that. It's been in a weekly buy since January. So there's no reason to want to, from the $100 area, it's not trying to break down, that's for sure. Let's see. AMD hit a high and then bounced back. 210 down to 180. Yeah, let's go take a look at that. We'll open up AMD and CVX. Let's open them up. Let's see. Let me see. Right there. There we are. Let's see. There's CVX. Now, CVX has been in a buy for right there. Let's go grab some of these guys. So it went into the buy right there. Wasn't the sell right there. It wasn't. Look, I guess that sell carried it for all the way down to there, and now it's in the buy. We went into the weekly sell there, and we're climbing back into the weekly buy. So let's see if we can find another weekly buy to pull over there. Nope, no other weekly buy. So let's just make one. There we are. We've been looking for oil the last couple of weeks to go up into the 90 area. So looks like we're starting to get there at this point. I think last I looked, let me just take a quick look at oil. Bingada bangada bongo. There it is right there. It was higher earlier. It's still firm. The weekly, is definitely going into the weekly, that's for sure. I can put a line in there at this point. It's been through that weekly zone now for a couple days. We'll just go like this. Just move it over and then change it at the end of the day. Oop. Right there, right there. So it's really pushing up, and that will be the that won't be a surprise. Let's see. Let's go back and look. When's the last time the stock was up this high? There you go. Back in October. Got up to 85, 86 area back in September of last year. And that's the way it looks at this point. Now, let's see. AMD hit a high then. Let's go check out the AMD. AMD. Alright, there's AMD. It went into the sell right there at the peak. Let's put a sell in there. And still in the sell. There you are. But it's in a weekly buy. So, I mean, all you would be doing is selling calls against long stock or something like that, or buying puts and protecting a little stuff. That's all you're going to be doing when you do this. Smartest thing of all is just sell like the 200 call when it goes into a sell like that. And, throw the collars on, sell the call, buy the put, or, or sell calls and hang on, or, whatever floats your boat, basically. It's gotten down to 80 something, as you said, 180, and it's trading at 85.47 as we speak. I'd imagine, was it AMD? You can see with the Magnificent 7 and the Super 6 and all that other stuff going on. Most of these, they're not distributing yet. The funds are not doing that. They're accumulating, and as long as they're accumulating, the pressure is definitely on these products on the upside. It's going to keep on doing that stuff, up and away. Alrighty, from there, let's see, where else are we at? I guess that's about it. All right, what can we do now? We can drift over to, where were we at? We were at the Swiss franc, right? So let's go to the yen. I'll leave this page up in case you want to see something else. And there is the yen. The Yenski. There's the Yenski. Yen went into a buy a couple days ago, looking firm. The weekly, you can see it drifted into the sell last week. We are very close to get to the buy. You see it's minus 0.19. And just on the edge. Maybe by the end of the day, if they lift them up more, something like that. I read that article, and I wasn't really happy about hearing that they thought that there could be a real slam in the yen if it gets up higher. So I'm hoping that they don't test it. Yeah. All right. So from there, we'll drift over to the Great Experiment. There it is. And we saw that. It's in a daily sell. Let's grab this cell right there. It's right there. Went into the cell there. Still having a hard time getting going. It's 20 some odd weeks, 25 or 26 weeks, I think, in the buy. Half a year now. They did charge it up again, up to the 36 area, 35.92 this time. It's very thin. I guess, just because of the thinness of it, but it's starting to look a little wild. I'm thinking we'll hit the 37ish area for a while, and then it'll top out again. But that's really starting to make me concerned. It reminds me of the old Russian ruble, after CCCP, collapsed. And it's really starting to, it's like they don't seem to be able to get out of their own way at this point with the Turkish lira. It just keeps on finding ways to lose value. I mean, to lose, what was that, 33%? 30 some odd percent? Like 29%, I think it is, over the last 6 months. That hurts. That really hurts. And it's getting very close to being 33%. So, with another Fibonacci situation, I guess you could say. All right. From there, we'll go over to the South African Rand. Right there. That place is all upside down. As much as gold is rallying, they're really having a hard time getting the South African Rand to function better. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is trying to lift up. Let's see if we can put it up on the screen here. There's gold. It's just through the zero line, but it's dead. It's quiet. We're watching it. It's in a weekly buy with no problem. It's not challenging the manifold, so this is just a dead cat bounce. That's all this is at this point. This is your classic, let it fall and they'll buy it again or something of that nature. Then let's take a look at Silverado. There's silver. Silver looking the same way. Matter of fact, it's looking a lot better, really, and it's been in a weekly buy now, going on a 6th week compared to just 2.5, 3 weeks. Over on our beta, gold was in a buy for, this is the 4th week. So it is what it is. All right, now go over to copper. Look at that. Maybe they figured they'll sell. Oh, you know what they could be doing? Maybe the Chinese government is going to allow TikTok to be sold, and then they'll take in an extra $4 or $5 billion, or $10 billion, or $30 billion. I don't know what they'll take in. They'll take in some big nut, and maybe 50 billion. Let me think. I have a friend that has a slice of TikTok, and I have an idea what he has and what he thinks he's going to make. He thinks he's making 3 to 5 billion from it. So, and I know his percent. Let's see if so 10 be 30, 60. TikTok could go for anywhere from 60 billion to 100 billion. Probably right around there. So maybe they're figuring, China's thinking we're going to sell TikTok. We'll take in the money, and maybe that's why we're seeing copper lift, since they're being pressured. But they'll act like they don't want to do this. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to be forced to do it. And so they will, China will end up taking in, you're talking, anywhere from between 60 and 100 billion dollars in a public offering. So that will be the gist of it all in the end. And maybe that's why we're seeing that strength. And are we seeing it over on the Hang Seng? Are we seeing it on the Hang Seng? Let me go see what the Hang Seng is. Because if that Hang Seng keeps on lifting up the way it has been, maybe that's the reason why we're seeing that strength. Because we know the real estate market is collapsing. So the smartest thing they could do is go and sell the, here, let me show you what I'm looking at there. There's the Hang Seng. It is on an upwardly slope, and it's, until yesterday, that's last night. If this thing pops and goes up above, then I think what we're seeing is that the Chinese are figuring that they're going to sell TikTok, bring in, 60, 70, 80, 90 billion dollars, something like that. That's like found money. And they'll lose their surveillance system, but they'll make a chunk of change. And at the same time, that's why we may be seeing copper showing a lot of life in it. Welfare. Aha. Yeah, so we'll see. See how this all plays out. All right. Yeah, they're talking about TikTok now. It's really surprising. Let's jump over to this really quick. You're on beta now anyway, so let's just go over to it. Look at Bitcoin. Here's the cash Bitcoin. Last couple of days it's been in a sell. This is the ETF, and we were wondering why is it acting so poorly. It's in the weekly buy for like the 10 weeks, but it's been in a daily sell for 4 days, and you can see it went down, went up a little bit, then went down again. I don't think, is that today or yesterday? What is that? That is yesterday. So they're not filling in today yet. Okay. Now let's go over to the cash. This is the cash Bitcoin itself, and that's filled in. And you can see it there. It's the second day in a sell. Yep, that's the second day in a sell. There you go. So 2 days, this is Thursday, this is Friday, these two right there. And this is yesterday's algorithm, and today's hasn't updated yet. What in blazes is going on there? There it is. So, the Bitcoin, I guess, they were all running towards it. I'm a little surprised that all of a sudden it's dropped, let's see, what has it done here? This is the cash, so this is not bad. This shows us exactly what's going on. So we've gone down from 3 days ago, we were at 73,637, the all-time high. And right now today, here's the low today is 66,178. So you're talking 73,000 to 66,000. So that's a $7,000 drop in 3 days. So they're backing that off a little bit in there, and the ETF has been showing weakness now for it's in the 3 days in a daily sell. It's been pushing down, and I'm so much more supportive of the cryptos, and not the central banks being crypto. There we are. There we go. All right. Now we'll go back to, we were looking at copper. Let's go take a look at platinum. And there you're going to see the platinum. Yeah, it really, it's picked up $75 when gold picked up 200. That's that's so it's abnormal. It's not normal. It's not even remotely normal. The platinum for ever and ever always kept up with gold, stayed strong. Now it can't even do that. All right. What else we got going on there? From platinum, we'll go over and look at the energy sector, like we did with Llanos and Chevron oil. And there is crude again. You can see crude firm, or $81 a barrel. Let's go over to the beta. There it is. And there is crude oil trying to lift up. And it's in a daily buy for 3 days, and it's in a weekly buy now for like 7 weeks. And then we slide over to Brent right there. There's Brent. And Brent is, see, there's the Brent right there. You can see it's, let's move it this way. And there is Brent. Let's see, where's it at? It's heading for that $86 area. So they keep on pushing that sucker. They keep on pushing that thing up at the same time. And they don't seem to be able to let go of that also. Let's see, what else is there? Interesting. All right. And then from there, we go over to natural gas. There's natural gas. It was lifting up this morning, and it's starting to back off a little bit. It's trying to get into the buy. It missed it yesterday, and it's trying to get in there today. And, it's been in the weekly. Weekly's even trying to get into the buy at this point right there. We'll see if that survives. Remember, that's a day behind. So that's the Wednesday. No, that's the Thursday number, right? It should be the Thursday number. Might be Wednesday going into Thursday, something like that. No, it says 14, so it's definitely, the Thursday number. And then from there, we go over to the energy company down in Spain, so we get a better flavor of what's going on. It's been hanging out in the just around the $20 area, and I imagine it's just on the edge. You can see here today, it's trading at. Let's make it bigger for you. You see, it's at $20, and was that 12? The high is $20.12, and it's right there, and it's been trading at 19.5 for about 3 days now, right in there, like that. And that's that is the energy sector. We've done the metals, we've done the energies, and we could go look around the world and see what the different stock indices are doing. So let's see how they closed them in the Pacific region. So we'll start off with our favorite, of course, and that is the Nikkei. Right there. Nikkei closed up for the day, and up, maybe just missed. Here's right there. What's that right there? So it closed last Friday at, where did it close at? 38.87, and today it closed at 38.755. So it closed just a little bit down for the week. You can see it pushed itself into the daily sell for all of the week, and you can see it's still holding on to the weekly buy. We'll find out on Monday how they closed it. And then what do we got here? Then from there we go to the Kospi in South Korea, who's been pretty firm. You can see right there. So last Friday it closed at 2,680, and today it closed at 2,677. So it made new highs and then closed a little bit lower down on the week. You can see the weekly is still in a weekly buy for 9 weeks. And the daily was in a buy for the last couple days. and it looks like it's flirting with the sell at this point. We'll find that out tomorrow. All right, and then from there, that's a good thing, is at least the dailies and the weeklies update over the weekend. So then from there, we saw the Hang Seng. I was really surprised. I thought the Hang Seng might be a little bit higher when they know they could be getting a big paycheck. China, and it is. It is higher from last week. So this is where it closed last week at 16,353, and it closed at 16,720. So my idea that China itself, not Hong Kong, but China, Shanghai, is closing more firm is because they know that if they sell TikTok, that's going to bring anywhere from 70, 80, 90 billion dollars into the country. That's a lot of money for them. I know a lot of people want to pretend that it's chump change and it doesn't mean anything, but they remember there's some of their major corporations have gone bankrupt over $15 million. You imagine you're a corporation, you have something like $12 billion in assets, and you can't find $10 million or $20 million to bail yourself out, and they've actually gone into receivership. That's just shows you how illiquid the country is. So they may sell TikTok in the end, to get that dough, take that dough in. All right. From there, we'll go over to Hong Kong. And I would imagine Hong Kong was down for the week, like all of Asia. And we'll find it in a few seconds here. Come on, Hong Kong, jump out at us. It's around here somewhere. FTSE, Russell. There it is. There's Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong, same thing. So that's a lot of proof, as far as I'm concerned, that they will sell TikTok. You can see here, Hong Kong closed at $96.20 last Friday, and today it closed at $101.30. So they're looking at, that was a big move. It's like a 4% move. That's pretty good. I mean, they almost a 5% move. That's not bad at all. Is that 101? Yeah. 101. So that is, that's a 5% move is even bigger than, let's see, what did, I think, the Shanghai closed up 350 points or something like that. So it wasn't nowhere near the same gain, but it was a gain, that's for sure. Now, we go to, where do we go now? We go to, let's take a look at that Shenzhen. That Shenzhen's 30 stocks. It's like the blue chips of China. And that's been running. And that might be the real story that we don't really think about that much. But, we just started doing this thing where we look around the world and look at the way the stocks are. And so you can see the Shenzhen right there closed last week at 9,369, and it closed at 9,000, basically 612. So about 240 points higher. But it's when we do this, look at this compared to the Hang Seng. It went into a buy back in the beginning of February, down in the 8,000 area, and here we are at the 9,500 area. That's a pretty good gain, and we didn't see that in the others. And maybe the stock might be in it. TikTok might be in this. Who knows how they do these things in China? Anything's possible. Government run does that stuff. All right, so that is there. Let's go take a look at. I've been looking at the Manila Index too. I think we'll start looking at that also. Let's go to. Remember, traders, you can stop me and I'll go look at anything you want to see. But I'm just going to keep on, finding things to talk about. So there is the. What's it? TWII. I think that's the Singapore one, is it? I forgot. I looked it up yesterday. There. Let's look at the Nifty. There's the Nifty 50 in India. Okay. It's been moving down, so they felt the pressure, and it looks like it closed in a weekly sell too. There's the all ordinaries out of Australia. Same thing, down for the week. And then I looked this up. This is This is the. I know why I put that in there. This is the Taipei index. The Taipei index is up for the week. It survived. Look at that right there. It did survive. It closed there at 19,785. 785 versus. Oh, maybe not. 19,769. So it just seems odd, isn't it? Isn't that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? There it is. Yeah. Yeah, so it did close down by about 50 points. And we're seeing that with AMD. You know, Giannis was pointing that out with the AMD and so forth, that it's feeling that pain there. Matter of fact, I guess we could put the AMD. I think we have AMD on our beta too. Where's AMD? I think we have MVDA on there too. Let's see. I think that's up for the week. Huh. Could have sworn we had that. Let's look at the ARC. That's all the techs, and that's also down for the week. You can see that that's at Women's Fund, and it's losing money. I could have sworn we had AMD up on the beta, and MVDA too. All right, we'll make sure we have it next week. This way we can look at it and analyze it. But I think this has got something to do with TikTok at this point. All right, now that cleans off the Pacific basically and Asian markets. Let's take a look at the European markets. And where's the DAX at? There's the DAX. DAX has been climbing. It's still up, just like the way the U.S. stock markets have been, very firm and up for the week. There's the week right there. It's not closed yet, but there is. Where's Monday? Let's see, 11. Okay, so it's like that. There's Friday, and then there was last week. So it's higher now than it was last Friday. So that makes that a happy camper also at the same time. Now we go over to the CAC 40 from Paris. Same situation. You can see it's up for the week also. Very firm right there. And then a weekly buy again for another full 10 weeks. Daily buy, it's been going on for 7 days now. And then we go look at the FTSE. The FTSE's been putting some strength into it. And it is also at the same time up for the week. So we're seeing a lot of buying going on, even with the bond market acting, like as if they want to sell it. And we see the currencies basically trying to back off. And then we go from there. Let's go over to the S&P 500 right there. There's the S&P 500. That's the old contract that is expiring today. And it is that down for the week? It is up for the week. There it is right there. It's up. And this is the let's see, it closed at 29 last Friday, and it's trading at 52 right now. So it's up for the week in a weekly buy for 10 full weeks. In a daily buy, still by the hair of its chinny chin. Matter of fact, it might be trying to break down a little bit there. You can see the bars busting through both sides. And then we go over to the NASDAQ. Where's that at? The Tech 100. There's the Tech 100 right there. You see, that's been in the sell for like 4 or 5 days. I think it's 5 days now. And we look at the product right there. This is, very tech orientated. So in other words, all the modern stocks are are in this. So you can see here it closed at 18,040. What is that? That's 46, right? Yeah, 18,046, and now we're at 17,098, 983. So we're down for the week so far. Remember, they expire in 10 minutes, actually. They do these indexes expire on Friday morning of the third Friday of the month, of the quarter. I'm sorry, of the quarter. So they're getting ready to expire in 9 minutes. From there, we go over and take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average right there. This is interesting, is that it's... What is going on with that? I guess that's because of the contract. So, do we have diamonds? We might want to show diamonds instead. Let's do this. There's SPY. And SPY, the product is up for the week. Is it right? Yeah, so right there. And they're not showing us the cash yet because it's not trading yet. So it'll be interesting. It's just above it going in from last night. And we're seeing, some buying in bits and pieces. Let's take... Oh, here's one that I want to look at too, and that is the Russell 2000. Ritzy. Where are you? Right there. All right. So, yeah, you can see that is feeling the pain right there. They took it down hard yesterday. And I think this is the futures contract. So it's trading right now, and they have it up. It expires. This is probably the contract that's expiring. So it's showing in about, about 8.5 minutes, this contract will expire. They expire off the open. The first trade does it. Boom, done. All right, traders, what else can we say? We got to come up with a title too, don't we? We need to come up with a title. What should be the title today? I don't know. We're looking at some... TikTok could be more influential in the market than we realize. Just because we're seeing copper lift, why would anybody be rushing in to buy copper when China is going bankrupt across the real estate market? I think that's going to be a major cash infusion into China. And so I really do believe that could be the whole thing. And I'm not sure if, there's talk like, it'll get resolved after the election. I'm not really that sure. They may get pushed out the door. I don't think they have a choice. You see what happened with the vote in Congress 2 days ago, where almost the whole House of Representatives, Democrats and Republicans, voted to basically take the thing apart. Okay. So I guess I'm going to say this is a TikTok market. I really do. I think that's one of it. Because obviously the bonds are getting beat up and the stock market is holding up. So maybe they're thinking about all that cash floating around. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. I'm just concerned about the interest rates. Stocks and interest rates have split. I think that's probably the smarter, the smarter title. It'll make more sense to a lot of people. And I think that's what we'll do. Is we'll call it something like interest rates go one way, stocks another. Interest rates down. No, interest rates are up. Interest rates up, stocks up. That's definitely unique in its own right. Usually it goes the other way around. It's the inflation that usually powers the stock market. When you see inflation, the stock market lifts up from that. So that, to me, is more of the logic of it all. So I think that'll be the title. How's that sound to you, Janos? Sounds pretty good or what? Title. Bingo, bango, bongo. And that is interest rates up, stocks up. I think to me, that's really got me like, interesting. It's like yesterday's. Yesterday's was inflation goes up fast and slow. Interest rates up, stocks up. All right. And I think it has more to do with TikTok than anything else. So everybody have a safe and smart weekend. We'll catch you all on Monday. And is next Friday Good Friday, or is it the following week? I think it's the following week. Are we open, Janos, or closed for Good Friday? I think everybody is closed on Good Friday. I know the United States is closed. So, all right. This is Doc from North America saying, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. All right, traders, have a safe and smart weekend, and we will catch you on Monday. Ta-ta for now.